Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. I am Durka13 and this is episode 9. In episode 8, we successfully did our moon flyby. It was fantastic. We got a crap ton of science for it. In this episode, we're going to go a step further. We're not quite going to land on the moon yet, but we are going to land on Minimus. And this is our lander. She's a thing of beauty. I call her Beth. Actually, I should call her Beth. Let's rename her. If you right-click on your vessel, you can say rename. It's called Minimus Lander Mark 1, but let's call her Beth. I don't know why Beth. I think it's a good ship name. So, I'm kind of playing around with the Let's Play style, trying to cut out some of the boring stuff. I did record the building of this, but it ended up being 23.5 minutes of me just putting pieces together and talking about random shit. Not sure if you guys would be interested in that. If you would be, please let me know and I will start including that in the videos. But otherwise, I put this into orbit and I set up the maneuver to Minimus. So if we hit M for map here, we can see we do actually have a maneuver, or Minimus flyby right now. We're so far out that the numbers are kind of weird, and that's why it's kind of like glitching in and out here. As we get closer, these calculations will solidify and it will stay solid. As of right now, it's a pretty damn good approach, though, I must say. I did a pretty goddamn good job. So the only thing we could do now is say goodbye to Kerbin and just speed up time a little bit. There we go. We can see the moon off in the distance. You're next, buddy. Moon, we are coming for you. Right, let's go ahead and slow down, or go back to the regular time, and there we go. As we got closer, this solidified. So, fantastic. Love it. One thing I do want to do is I want to bring our periapsis here a little closer to the moon itself. Well, not the moon, but Minimus as in the moon Minimus. Let's add a maneuver, and let's see what we could do here. Ah, that was way too much. Let's go ahead and just get rid of that, and we'll try again. How about that? There we go. Maneuver in 3 hours. And I guess this would be radial? The other radial. So I want to bring it pretty, actually 15,000 kilometers is pretty good. So that maneuver is in just under 4 hours, and it's going to cost us pretty much no delta V whatsoever. So let's first bring it down our thrust limiter and bring up Kerbal alarm clock, handy dandy Kerbal alarm clock, and let's say warp to that maneuver. It's also worth noting that we have a scientist in our ship today. It's not a pilot. We're doing a lot of the smartass stuff, so really no need for a pilot. With a scientist in the ship, though, we can reset experiments, and my plan with this is I overkilled the delta V, especially for Minimus, and we are going to do a lot of skipping around to different biomes. So it should be pretty fun. We should get a ton of science for it. It'll be awesome. So we're 2 minutes out from our maneuver. It's, like I said, cost us almost no delta V. Let's go ahead and lock to the maneuver node. There we go. And we will fast forward time until we are, I don't know, I guess about 15 seconds out, and we'll see what happens there. Right, well, 30 seconds is close. We're going to zoom in on Minimus here, and we're just going to watch this line up. We're so far out that where we do this burn doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and start it now. Alright, let's slow it down. It is dropping. Again, we're so far out that it's just a pain in the ass to get a real number out of this. Alright, we're going to call it right there because we are skipping way too much here. Alright, let's fast forward some more. There we go. We solidified. Actually, no, we didn't. What if we kill rotation? No, we're still just so far out that the game does not like it. We're still a lot further out than I thought we would be, too. Let's lock to anti-radial and just do that. Actually, we'll just wait till we get closer. I think that'll work out a little better. So, we can hit backspace to focus on our ship again. And let's fast forward to just until we're closer to Minimus here. 100 times time warp is still really slow. This is the furthest any Kerbal has ever been away from their home planet of Kerbin. We are past the moon's orbit. Past the moon's orbit by a bit. I should have said that sooner, but meh. Alright, let's stop our time warp there. Man, it still doesn't like this. Well, we're just gonna have to make do with what we got here. Let's set an alarm for our Sphere of Influence change, which is still 7 days away. Again, it's also worth noting that I am running TAC life support here, so we do need our Kerbal to have food, water, oxygen, and electricity. We have a ton of each. I just fit standard size life support on here, and it gave us 310 days, over 310 days. So we should be good. Even if something goes wrong and we have to go rescue our lovely scientist, she'll survive for quite a long time. Let's go ahead and warp to our Sphere of Influence change. We're going to delete that. We're just going to do it this way. There we go. Look, you can see Minimus there. Right there. We're coming for you. We are going to make you our moon. See what I did there? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, we're flying nice and close now. Time warp slowing down as we enter its Sphere of Influence. Close that tech life support here because we're about to get some science up in here. There we go. And let's go ahead and pass this at 50 times time warp. It's going to stop us as soon as we cross the threshold because of science. There it is. One sec, guys. I got a cough. I'm going to mute my mic for a moment. Alright, there we go. Much better. So, let's do this science. We can do a crew report. Magnometer's got to deploy. Materials study. Give it a second here to catch up. 62.5 science for a materials study. 12.5 for a magnometer. Mystery Goo is going to give us a decent chunk. There we go, 25 orbital telescope and a temperature scan. 15 for the orbital telescope, 20 for the temperature scan, and we are actually going to rotate our ship here. There we go. We're going to EVA, get our EVA report for 20 science. There we go. And we have some data to collect. So let's use our ladder system, go down the ship here. We're going to take the magnometer data. We are going to take our temperature data. We're going to take the Science Junior, and then we are going to restore it. That way we can use that Science Junior again. We're going to take the Mystery Goo and also restore that. Now we can go back in and hit and send the orbital telescope data back, which is what I think I'm going to do. And because KSP is a little weird, to do another crew report, we actually have to go in, take the data we have, and then restore it. But we're good there. Let's board our ship. There we go. We're going, I guess we'll leave the magnometer out now. We could do one in low Minimus space. But let's go and find our orbital telescope. Review data. Let's go ahead and transmit that to Kerbin. We've initiated the first flyby of Minimus for 30,000 Kerbal dollars. Hooray! There we go. We sent the orbital telescope data back to Kerbin for 20 science. Wonderful. And we actually part of a contract there. Let's take a look at our contract. So I'm thinking about that. So we have several things we have to do here. We did a material study from high orbit above Minimus. We need to do a mystery goo or a orbital telescope low orbit above Minimus. We'll do both just to be safe. Orbital, that's the moon. Minimus, here we go. And then the same kind of same kind of contract here. Just a couple different things. We have the high orbital telescope from high above Minimus. So we'll do low material study, low magnometer. We'll do all these in all honesty. That's the moon. Moon. Okay. So let's go ahead and see if we can bring our periapsis a little lower from where we are. Right now it's at 22, which isn't bad, but I want to bring it lower. Ah, 4 is way too low. $13 is good. It's going to require 1 meter a second of delta V. We're so far out that, again, it's not really going to matter where we do this. So let's just lock to it. And we will do this now. We derated our engine to make this a little bit easier on us. We could look at our periapsis here. We're going to stop at 13, I believe. That should be... we'll go a little more. Why not? We'll drop to 12. There we go. Close enough. Now, we will fly within 12,000 meters of Minimus. And there, what we are going to do is we're going to enter orbit. We did this with a satellite. We haven't actually done it with a manned flight yet. So we're going to focus on Minimus, make things a little bit easier with the camera. We're going to click right on our periapsis here. We're going to add a maneuver, and we are just going to burn retrograde to slow us down. Doing that, it'll capture us in a Minimus orbit. We're going to bring it down to roughly the same, which is what, 12.2? There we go, 31. $14 and 10. Let's bring it up just a tad bit more. 15 and 10. I think that should be good enough. Yeah, we'll call that good enough. So that's going to require about 155 delta V, and it's in about 2.5 hours. So let's just go ahead and close the map, and we're going to time warp to that maneuver as soon as we get on the node here. That way it saves us a little time. We're probably going to get stopped earlier to do some science, which I am totally okay with. Where's Minimus? There you are. Alright, slowing us down, slowing us down. Science alert is going to stop the time warp very soon. There it is, under 30,000. So, let's do all this real quick. Magnometer's already out, which we're just going to transmit that actually. Material study is good. 100 science, guys. Look at that. Beautiful. Mystery goo. 40 science. Orbital telescope. How's our battery power? Golden. So we are going to transmit that too. Oh, we're actually on our maneuver, or pretty close to our maneuver. Oh, I'm just going to grab the EVA report. I'm not going to reset any experiments quite this second, but that way we have that report. Alright, let's actually bring our engine power back up. I don't know why I went to the map. bring it up to 100%. It is really windy outside. We do another orbital telescope because we hit a new biome. Another EVA. While we're in here, or out here, I guess, let's take the data and store the data. Board. There we go. We're just going to give it a little tap of gas so it could estimate our burn here. 38-second burn. So we're going to want to start our burn about half that, which is what? 19 seconds. So at 19 seconds, we will start our burn. Let's we do even more science here. Board. And again. Oh no, we got that. Okay. How's our battery power? We're getting kind of low. So let's refrain from doing any more transferring of data. We can do another orbital telescope. It's tempting. Let's just go ahead and keep that data. And then once because we're on the dark side of Minimus right now, so we're not really getting any solar power. Let's time warp just a little bit. We'll time warp to about 30 seconds, and then we will do the rest in regular time. 40 seconds, whatever. Call me paranoid. Lock to our maneuver node, which is just pure retrograde. And we'll start our burn at 19 seconds. We're going to want to watch our apoapsis here. And we're going to want to get that at about, what did I say, about 12? We'll see what we could do. And burn. Alright, bring it down a lot here. There we go, look at that. Went a little lower than I planned on, but it's good. We should be okay. If we open up the map here and close out of the maneuver, we're in orbit around Minimus, guys. It's pretty freaking cool. We have some milestones, entered orbit around Minimus, and then these are just parts of the contract there. Now, what we're going to do is actually, where's the sun relative to us? Okay, we're about to hit some sunlight. Let's go ahead and time warp until we're in the sun. Of course, it's not going to let us. While we're out here, let's reset some experiments too. Take pressure data, take temperature data. Apparently we could do another EVA. That's interesting. Let's store those experiments. We'll do this EVA. Not sure if we already did it, but take the Science Junior and restore. Take Mystery Goo and restore. We are going to take all this data and store it again and board. Board. Yep, we got that EVA report twice. So we're going to do an atmospheric pressure scan here. Awesome. Let's EVA and collect that data, and that way we can do it again. Take pressure data. Board. Oh, we did another milestone here. Performed a spacewalk in orbit of Minimus. Alright, back to what we were doing. And that's time warping until we're hitting the sun so we can get our electricity back. There we go. Like you can see Kerbal off in the distance there. It's just rising above Minimus's orbit. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Alright. So, now we need to plan our descent into the onto the surface. I don't want to go into the surface. That would be bad for Ramon here. Alright, we'll go to map. We want to land on the sunny side of Minimus. Hoping for a relatively flat spot. So anything in here, which I believe is lowlands, it also would be nice if we can land close to another biome, so close to another one of these mountains over here. That way, we can skip nice and easily and get the data from that biome as well. So, I think I'm going to put a cut in here. This video is going to go in about 20 minutes, and I don't want to start our deorbit and then have to cut the video there. That would just be a pain. Oh, you can see the moon over there too. So guys, this has been it for Let's Play Kerbal Space Program, episode number 9. We have entered orbit around Minimus with our lander, whose name is Beth. And in episode 10, we're going to land on Minimus, guys. And we're going to science the shit out of it, in the words of Mark Watney. So, I will see you next time for episode 10. This has been Durka13, and take care, everybody.